Dear friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Commander Strikes. This is Commander Sudhir Kumar, an Indian Navy veteran. Today I am going to discuss that the war which is ongoing between the joint forces of Israel and USA with Iran on other side. As near about 72 hours to 75 hours are over, and in last 3 days, let's see where it has reached. As far as the top leadership of Iran is concerned, near about 48 personnel of top leadership, even second rung of leadership, whether it is the military leadership or religious leadership, that has been wiped out by the forces of USA and Israel. On the first day itself, there was a surprise attack on the house of Ayatollah Khamenei and IRCG headquarters and nearby other facilities, as Israel or USA, whether the information was collected by CIA or Mossad, but they had absolute, accurate information about that where the meeting is going to take place. I suppose they were waiting for a very long time. They were waiting that when a single mistake is committed by Ayatollah Khamenei or by the top military brass, and when they are going to meet at one place so that they could be struck, and the intelligence gathering was so superb that the moment they were at one place without losing any time, USA and Israel Air Force has struck the place of meeting and wiped out. And it's not only the 48 top leadership, the religious leadership and the military leadership was assassinated or eliminated, but even other near about 500, 550 people have died in that first attack itself at about 8:30 on Saturday, that is 28th February 2026. After that, Iran also started retaliation. I suppose the Israel and USA had in sort of an anticipation that there is a resent in people against the radical regime run by Ayatollah Khamenei since 1989 onwards for near about 37 years. It is a long time, and definitely they were recent also just 2 3 months back, and there were near about 20 to 30,000, as the social media says. These people were killed by the IRGC. Is still the moment that the information about that Ayatollah Khamenei has been eliminated, his family, even his granddaughter has also died in that attack. And later on, it is compounded when it is known that his daughter and son in law is also assassinated and his wife also died during the same attack. The kind of in support which is there in favor of Ayatollah Khamenei It is massive. There were near about 20 to 25 million people they had come on roads. Though the Western media is telling that people are celebrating. So there is a mixed reaction, and definitely there are certain people, especially the women folk, that was rejoicing coming on this because the radical regime were not giving a sort of an freedom to the women over there, and there were certain restrictions or sort of Sharia law or a sort of radical mindset was there in that regime. It was definitely no. But now the objectives of USA were very simple. Those were conjoining with Israel. Israel definitely had an existential threat from Iran because Iran has been telling number of times indirectly Iran has been funding Hamas, Hezbollah, and same Houthis, Houthis, and they were given a lot of funding financially. The Iran was supporting indirectly. They were given even the drones; those were manufactured in Iran. So, so it's a now the question comes in that as Israel and America were thinking to achieve their objectives in a very short time, that is not going to take place. In spite of very potential hitting has been done by the USA and Israel, and they have struck so far very competently. Even USA is telling that near they have sank or incapacitated near about 10 to 12 Iranian ships. But the kind of resilience Iran is showing, though their command and control center is destroyed, and it seems to me that they are having these attacks not only against Israel and American bases on all these West Asian countries, but the kind of an attacks they are carrying out against the civilian installations, and then in Saudi Arabia against Aramco refinery, and then on the US bases and the airports in UAE, in Doha, and other civil, and same way in Bahrain, Jordan. So this is definitely the war has escalated, and already the West Asia is burning, and there are near about 15 nations have already taken place. They are involved in this war. As far as EU is concerned, that the Germany has come out very clearly that it's not going to participate in this war, but it is ready to defend its territorial integrated its airspace, and if any threat is there. As far as UK bases are concerned, the Iran has hit UK bases in, I suppose, in Jordan. So that Oman is hit, UAE is hit, Bahrain is hit, Kuwait is hit, Saudi Arabia is hit. So these are the nations those have been attacked by Iran, and there are some potential attack. by Iran, and it cannot be taken that the fighting capabilities of Iran has been taken out, but certainly their command and control center is not functioning properly. I suppose in their missile launches and the sites from where they are launching the drone strikes, there is no coordination in between. And it seems to me when the centralized command and control center is no more existing, so definitely it has depleted the fighting capabilities of Iran drastically. On the other side, even there are the news that the nuclear sites where the enrichment of uranium was taking place, or centrifuges were there, that has also been hit. But I'm not confirming that news. But Iran has hit three number fighters, that is F-15, and it has been accepted by USA. So far, near about six personnel of USA forces have died in this conflict of 72 hours so far. The Israel, how many people in Israel has died is not clear, but definitely Haifa and other three, four cities, Jerusalem, etc., have been hit by the ballistic missiles of Iran. But still, I say, it seems to me, in spite of that, the Iran is showing the fighting capabilities, but it will not escalate into World War III. That is my first assumption. Not assumption. I am confident that the tactics used by Iran, that it is hitting all these nations of West Asia. So definitely it is having an aim in mind that if civil structures are hit, then they will cry for the help. And when they cry for the help, it will build pressure on USA and Israel to stop this war. And they will try to even mediate. So far, the Oman was trying to mediate, and I think it made a statement also that Iran has agreed to come to the table to have bilateral discussions, and they are ready that they will not pursue their nuclear weapon program. But still, after that, the Iran said, no, we are not going to negotiate on this, and we will definitely go more more strongly the assaults against the US bases in all these countries, and even they launched an attack against Oman itself. So I think that possibility of coming to the table and having these discussions also is no more existing over there. So here what happens, that regime change will not take place, as I said earlier, because there is a huge support in favor of Ayatollah Khamenei after his death. An interim Ayatollah who has been appointed, he is also from the same religious mindset, same way of that theology is having. So that support of near about 20 to 25 million people is already there. So whomsoever is going to come, I feel that the regime will be from the same mindset in Iran. So the regime change at present is not on the cards. Maybe tomorrow, when Iran loses its complete capacity of retaliation, or they are not able to fight further, it might be. But the drone Shahid 136, which is being used, it is proving a very potential weapon in the hand of Iran. As far as the missile launching sites are concerned, I think they have been destroyed by US or Israel air forces. The air defense system of Iran, which was supplied by China, and some planes were given by Russia to its air force, they are not able to perform. And I think the US forces have also brought down two, three aeroplanes, Su 24, the Russian origin, which was flown by the Air Force of Iran. As far as ships are concerned, the USA claims, but this news is not confirmation that how many ships have been destroyed. The Iranian ships have been destroyed by the USA or Israel, but its submarines are there, and it has got very large number of ships, Iran, and it has already shown that it has got a control on the state of Hormuz. There he has struck the oil tanker, and definitely the trade routes of oil trade routes have been choked. And by virtue of that, in last 2 3 days itself, the oil prices have gone up by 10 to 12%. The merchant navy insurances are skyrocketing. They have started increasing high. And US, in spite of its forces are available, its destroyers are there in the state of Hormuz or in Red Sea, but they are not able to stop, they are not able to break the dominance of Iran. So it seems to me even in Navy of Iran is still working. As far as their nuclear propelled aircraft carrier is there of USA, Abraham Lincoln and Gerald Ford, they both have been taken away to the safe locations, safe places, and one has been stationed nearby Israel just to defend Israel on this. As far as Iron Dome is concerned, and other direct energy weapons are being used by Israel to counter the missile attacks. It is to be seen that how many launches, because as far as Iran is concerned, Iran is having 3,000 to 5,000 the intercontinental ballistic missiles. Those are having range up to 2,000, 2,500 kilometers, and after that the many large number of missiles are there. Those are there in short range, but they were having very less number of launchers. And if their launchers have been incapacitated, definitely. So it will be seen now. Because at present, the Iran is using drones, their Saeed 136, which carries near about 40 to 50 kilograms of explosive, and it is proving a very potential weapon system from that side. Let's see today that we have to see that how much ballistic missiles attacks are coming. But one thing is for sure, whatever kind of an assault has been carried out by the US, even using B 2 bombers, but the Iran is also able to sustain its attacks. Though it seems to me that after 48 hours of this war, their launching of missile capacity has gone down, so it will be seen that how they are coming up, but they are able to launch pinpointedly their drones. It means someone is there that in spite of their centralized command and control system has been bombed by USA and Israel Air Force, still someone is feeding real-time data to Iran, and so that Iran is able to launch its UAVs. Though all the static targets, as far as the USA bases are concerned in these West Asian countries, Middle East, and GCC countries, they are having a static position that could be fed into the command and control system of drones and same way or missiles, but still the way they are able to change the targets, they are maneuvering, it seems that someone from satellite is feeding data to Iran so that they are able to carry out these attacks. So let's see, as far as now 72 hours are concerned. So once again, I am going to conclude that World War III does not seems to me at present on the card. Global impact on global supply chain is already felt. Oil prices have gone up. Insurances of maritime trade is going high. The big ships company like Maersk is no more operating in the state of Hormuz. Hormuz is still controlled by Iran. American aircraft carrier and the Patriot missiles assault from the Strait of Hormuz in not showing much of potential to break the control of Iran in the Strait of Hormuz. On the other side, the Hezbollah is involved. Houthis are also now going to take place. So this war situation is becoming more complicated, more critical. And it seems to me that the war is not going to be over within a week or so, which Israel or US might have felt. Though the President Trump has already said that this war will take 3 to 4 weeks or 4 to 5 weeks. And he has said that even he is in no hurry to see to it that objectives are achieved. And the objectives are that Iran should have a regime change and Iran should not have any capability to make a nuclear bomb and to launch it through its ballistic missiles. So, both these capabilities of making a nuclear bomb or nuclear weapons and launching it through ballistic missiles is going to be incapacitated by the forces of USA and Iran. So, that is the analysis. Now, I'm just going off from this. If some question comes in, then I will reply. The Iran is showing resilience. That is, the surprise to many defense analysts, strategists, and military commanders all over the world.